Many times you have heard people say that the sky was eaten or the earth was swallowed. But there is one place on Earth where people have claimed that this actually happens. It is located in the western region of the North Atlantic Ocean and is between the U.S. state of Florida, the island of Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. Because these 3 points together form a triangle, that's why this area is called the Bermuda Triangle. But due to incidents that have happened in this area, it has been given other names like Devil's Triangle. But the question is how people came to know about this area. In the 1950s, little discussion of this area was beginning within the US media. But for the first time, people started talking about the Bermuda Triangle when Vincent Gaddis published an article in Argosy magazine. And in it, he wrote that there is an area near Florida that is made up of 3 points, and some strange activities are happening there. And the article was titled, "The Deadly Bermuda Triangle." The biggest problem was that as soon as we entered the area, the radio would never work, and sometimes the compass would give wrong directions, and the readings of the electronic devices would start fluctuating. And the planes were disappearing from the sky, and the ships from the sea, and the people who were riding in them were also disappearing. Now, when all these incidents were happening, people started spreading different rumors. Some people say that there is a sea monster in this area. Some said that all these incidents are happening due to aliens, but nothing was confirmed. If you do a search, you will find that there are so many movies and documentaries made on the subject of the Bermuda Triangle all over the world that will not be made on any other subject. In 1888, a ship named Ellen Austin was sailing from England to New York. After traveling for 2 to 3 weeks, the captain of the ship, named Griffin, took a shortcut to get there faster, and this shortcut passed by the Bermuda Triangle. But as soon as the Bermuda Triangle area came, Captain Griffin noticed a small boat in the distance, which was moving in a very strange way without any pattern. The captain tried several times to communicate, but there was no response. At first, these people were scared. After some time, the captain sent some people to the boat to check why the boat was not responding. But after reaching this boat, everyone was surprised because it was completely empty. There was no one on board, not a captain, not a crew, not a passenger, and everything was safe. After that, these people decide to take this boat with them to New York and inform the authorities there, so that if any illegal activity is going on, it can be tracked. When these people take the boat with them to New York, a very dangerous storm comes and the boat disappears for a while, and as soon as the storm ends, the boat reappears. But everyone is surprised to see this boat, because all the people who were taking this boat to New York were missing, and nothing happened to this boat. After that, these people leave the boat there and leave for New York. And the next day, a story spreads everywhere. There was another ship named Mary Celeste that was scheduled to leave New York for Italy on the 7th November 1872. And this ship also had many people on board. But when the ship reaches the Bermuda Triangle, it disappears. It was searched for, but not found. But a month later, on 4th December 1872, the ship was seen floating near the Bermuda Triangle. The rescue team arrives. But the most surprising thing is that there was not a single man on board the entire ship. The entire ship was unharmed. Even the food on the table was kept intact. The food plates were kept in the same way. But captain, crew, and the passengers were all missing. Even the missing people have not been found till date. Then, on 5th December 1945, a group of 5 fighter planes left Florida for navigation, combat fighting training. The group was named Flight 19. The entire group consisted of all trainees and one senior lieutenant named Charles Carroll Taylor. Their training route was that they would leave Florida, then drop bombs at a location called Chicken Rock, then return to their base in Florida via Grand Bahama. At that time, the weather was clear, but as soon as they leave, the weather turns bad after 2 hours, and their leader, Charles, decides they will not complete the task and will return. Charles takes out his compass and looks, but his compass malfunctions. He takes out his second compass and finds that it also malfunctions. Charles coordinates with his team, but everyone has faulty compasses. And when the ground team tracks them down, they find that the entire group has lost their way. After that, another aircraft is sent to find them, and it also disappears. Its last message was that there is something burning at a height of 100 feet. And then it also disappears. Christopher Columbus wrote in his book that when he reached the Bermuda Triangle after leaving Europe, his compass stopped working and he lost his way. As Columbus traveled, he used to write in his diary, so he wrote in the year 1492 that the compass is not working, and here the light like a candle is falling from the sky. Bruce Jernong is the only man who has survived the Bermuda Triangle and returned. Bruce used to travel regularly from Bahamas to Florida. It took him about 1.5 hours to travel from Bahamas to Florida. But once they were flying above 10,000 feet above the Bermuda Triangle, the weather was completely clear. No signs of rain or storm were visible. But suddenly, very deep and thick clouds came, and they kept coming for a long time, and it was so dark that even the light of the sun was not visible. As Bruce moved forward, the cloud was getting heavier. The plane's instruments were not working. Neither the compass was working. And it seemed to them that there was an external force that was controlling the plane. The team that was on the ground suddenly stopped getting their location. But Bruce did not stop. He continued to fly the plane in these thick clouds, and then the clouds disappeared after a while. He contacted the ground team, but everyone was surprised because the plane reached Florida in just 45 minutes, which was not practically possible. The distance of 250 miles was to be covered in 1.5 hours, because the maximum speed of this plane was 180 miles per hour. So practically, it was not possible that he would reach Florida in 45 minutes. So they had checked the fuel, it was the same. It had not reduced. Then he wrote a book on it. Now, there are many more stories about the Bermuda Triangle that are being sold in books, movies, and documentary form. Now, the reason behind this is that people like these mysterious stories. People like to make connections with these stories. Stories that have suspense and mystery are loved by people, and these stories sell in millions. If you search and see, there are so many movies made on Bermuda Triangle that you will get tired of watching. If you search up the book, you will get a long list. Now, this question must have come in your mind that if this place is so mysterious, then why is it not being talked about nowadays? If someone wants to go to Florida in today's date, then he will use a plane or a ship, and he will use the Bermuda Triangle route. And the heaviest traffic zone is also the Bermuda Triangle. So in today's date, we have advanced technology, so we know what is the reason behind the incident. If you do a little search, you will know that the area of the Bermuda Triangle is not in the top 10 dangerous regions. In fact, no country has considered it necessary to mark the Bermuda Triangle on the map. The U.S. Navy does not believe in the name of the Bermuda Triangle. The Wikipedia definition of the Bermuda Triangle says that it is an urban legend, meaning a story that is being told to be true but not true. Lloyd's List Intelligence is a shipping publication that collects details of ships from all over the world, that how many accidents have happened and how many ships have disappeared every year. And according to their calculations, 8,634 ships have passed through the Bermuda Triangle area, out of which 2 accidents have been reported. If you compare it with the rest of the world's accidents, then this data is very less. But even after that, the Bermuda Triangle is very famous because of its stories, books, documentaries, movies, tourism, and the economy of all of them is very strong. Japan also has a similar area in a triangular shape called the Dragon Triangle. Here too, in 1945, A6M0 aircraft lost contact, and in the last message, the pilot only said, "Something is happening in the sky. The sky is opening up." In the same Dragon Triangle in 1980, MV Derbyshire, which was a very big British ship, also disappeared suddenly, and no one knew about it till now where it went. The area of the Dragon Triangle is similar to the Bermuda Triangle, and the accidents are almost the same. But even then, the Bermuda Triangle gets more limelight because Hollywood has made a lot of movies about the Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle and Dragon Triangle both fall on the same latitude. The story of the Mary Celeste ship was also missing a lifeboat, and there was an allegation that it had been improperly insured. It is also said that there may have been an emergency due to which the ship was in danger and people were being evacuated from the ship, and an accident occurred at that time. Now, one thing that you must have heard in most of the cases is that the compass shows error, because when you check the direction of north inside the compass, it shows slightly different from the geographic north of the Earth. Therefore, the Earth has two pole systems, a magnetic pole system that shows the compass and a geographic pole system that is based on the Earth's axis of rotation. Geographic North Pole is also called true north. But there is some place on Earth where if you check with compass, it will show true North Pole, and the place where you see true north is called agonic line. By the way, this agonic line keeps changing, but it has been centered on the Bermuda Triangle for many years, so the compass shows errors in this area and shows wrong direction. If we consider Flight 19, in the report of the investigating team in this case, it was said that it was a human error in which the people lost their way due to compass failure. And in the end, they ran out of fuel. But now the world has modern GPS and radar, so now all these things are not heard. There is also a methane hydrate field in the Bermuda Triangle area, so whenever methane is released, it creates huge bubbles mixed with water, which reduces the density of water, and the density according to which the ships are built, they cannot survive and sink. It has also been proved in experiments that ships can sink due to bubbles. Apart from this, there are several states of the U.S. that are near the Bermuda Triangle. Like Florida, a lot of hurricanes happen here. So this is also considered a reason for accidents. In 2016, a team of scientists from the University of Colorado released satellite images of the Bermuda Triangle, and here they saw clouds in a hexagon shape that are not normally seen. These hexagon clouds act like an aerial bomb and can hit aircraft at speeds of up to 175 miles per hour, causing the entire aircraft to collapse. Scientist Dr. Carl, who did research at the University of Sydney, analyzed this entire area very well for many years, after which he said that these accidents were caused by human error, bad weather, and unpredictable situations. More people travel in this area, so more stories and rumors are heard. Hope you like this video. Subscribe the channel for more interesting videos.